I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all, man? We are back again with another video, man. And today we are here to focus on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But before we get into this video, I want to say like, subscribe, share with your friends. But other than that, let's get straight into it. Today, we are here to focus on the resurgence of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Going into the season, I know a lot of fans that weren't Cleveland Cavaliers fans expected us to be bottom feeders again, expected us to be in the lottery again. But I know a lot of Cavs fans expected us to be really good. Basically, judging off the beginning of last season before all the injuries, that was every Cleveland Cavaliers fan excuse of last year. It's not really an excuse, it's a fact. We were injured the whole fucking year. Kevin Love out basically the whole year. Larry Nance out on and off the whole year. And Andre Drummond out on and off the whole year. And we even had Colin Sexton and Garland on and off the whole year. Injuries plagued us last year, and it kind of fucked us over because we started off really good, and then after we got Jared Allen and that James Harden trade, we even got even better, and we had one of the best defenses in the league for the first few months. But then injuries just took over. So a lot of Cavs fans expected us to get back to what we were doing in the beginning of last season. In the beginning of last season, like I said, we was one of the most surprised teams in the league. We started off 3-0, and I think we had a record at the time 12-8. We were having a really good start of the season until the injuries came. And I know a lot of Cavs fans expected us to be this way this season, and that's what we are. I don't think everybody expected us to be as good as we are, but I know a lot of Cavs fans didn't think we were going to be trash like a lot of people thought we were going to be. We're starting off the season 14-11, and it's not like those 14 wins are against bum teams. We beat teams like the Hawks, Denver, Clippers, all at home. We beat all of them at their house. Charlotte, Portland, Toronto, New York, Detroit's the first playoff team I didn't name, Boston, Orlando, another playoff team I didn't name, and then Dallas, Miami, and Washington. We beat all those playoff teams so far, and if you look at the stats, we've had the hardest schedule in the beginning of the season, and we came out 14-11, and you can kind of see, bro, the NBA trying to mess us up, bro. We have a hard-ass schedule, and they saying for the rest of the season we have the easiest schedule. Where? Next 3 games, Milwaukee, Chicago, Minnesota. Games after that, Miami, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, Washington. Like, we have a lot of hard games. But I'm not really worried about it no more because we are a really good team. And we're 14-11, and we have the, second best defense in the league and the 21st best offense in the league. That's a good balance, a good ratio. And we're starting off real good, but I just want to break down to y'all why we are so good. So, let's go into it. Now, one of the things that make us such a great team is our defense. Our defense is one of the best defenses in the league. I don't know if I said that in the intro because I kind of cut it out, but our defense is one of the best defenses in the league. We're number 2 in the league so far under the Warriors. And I think we're tied with the Suns, and those are the 2 best teams in the league. So we had the second best defense in the league, and I credit that all to JB Bickerstaff. The system that he's laid in front of those players, man, has been crazy, and it kind of transfers over to the season that we had last year. In the beginning of the season, we were one of the best defenses in the league for the first 2 months, and I don't think that's going to stop like it did this last year. I think it's going to keep going because we actually have the pieces to do something on defense this time. What we are able to do on defense is kind of unique, and no other team could do it because we have 3 7-footers that can guard 1 through 5. I'm not saying that you want to put them right away on a guard, even though we do that with Laurie Marketing, and I will talk about that later. But they are able to guard 1 through 5. And Mobley is already one of the best defenders in the league. I don't care if it's his first season. He's already one of the best defenders in the league. Jared Allen not only is one of the best shot blockers in the league, but he showed to a lot of people that he's able to switch on to a guard and guard a guard. Laurie Marketing, like I just said, I might as well talk about him right now. Laurie Marketing in his first 2-3 years with the Bulls, he was known as a terrible defender. You can't put him on the small forward or a guard because he's too slow, and you can't put him on the big because he's too small. This year, he's been one of our best defenders. He's probably been our 3rd best defender on our team, and that's the team with Isaac Okoro, Even Ricky Rubio is a decent defender. He's been our third best defender on this team. And you can kind of see that he's bought into JB's system. And that's a thing you're going to hear me say throughout this whole video is buying in. Our whole team has bought into JB's system. But let's get back to Laurie Marketing. Laurie Marketing, these last few games, he's guarded Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell. And I'm not just talking about switching on to him. I'm talking about in the beginning of the fucking game, as soon as the tip-off's there, he's right in front of their faces. I said Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. Who did we play before? I can't remember. He just and oh yeah, and Bradley Beal. And I'm not done. Tyler Hero. And that's it. Over the last few games. Then he guarded KD one game. We're able to put him on those guys because he's way better on defense this season. You can actually see that he's bought into our defensive scheme. He slides his feet. He's not slow. He's not as slow. He looks like he wants to win, and he's a big part of not only our offense but a huge part of our defense. And that doesn't get talked about enough, man. The length that he has on defense, it helps us out a lot. And he's able to play 3-5 for us on defense. And like when we have times, like I think yesterday, Jared Allen was in foul trouble. Laurie Marketing that whole third quarter, he played center that whole third quarter, and that's when we made our comeback. So shout out to Laurie Marketing. Talk about Jared Allen. Like I said, Jared Allen is one of the best shot blockers in the game, one of the best defenders in the game all around, bro. I gotta give it to him. And we're doing this while having a small front court. Even though we don't have Colin Sexton there right now, we were still one of the best defenses in the league. But Darius Garland is probably one of the worst defenders in the league. Like, he plays the passing lane. He's on some Steph Curry shit. Not on offense, but on defense. He plays the passing lanes. But when it comes to one-on-one, he's not that good. He's not that bad, but he's not that good. But we still have the number 2 defense in the league. Isaac Okoro. He's small. Really small, like 6'3". But he's literally only defense, no offense. So shout out to him. But the thing with this team is our defense is just so stacked that we don't really see how bad Darius Garland is on the defensive side. Our rotations are crazy. I could tell that we worked a lot on that in the offseason. Our rotations, we don't really get caught with that much open shots a lot like we did last year. Last year was hard to watch. Not going to lie. After the first 2 months, it was hard to watch because our rotations were terrible. The only bad thing with our defense this season is we let up too many transition points. Because we do get a lot of turnovers. Darius Garland averages 4 turnovers a game. That's probably the only bad thing about him. The 4 turnovers is kind of crazy. But we've had a way better season on defense. And I credit that all to JB. JB is the type of coach where... This is the type of coach you need with a group of young guys. He gives us a small leash. This is a young team. I think our average age is 23. A young team. And I've seen times where a team will get off to a quick start and JB Bickerstaff will use one of his timeouts in the first 1 minute of the game. He doesn't care. And that's how every coach in the league, if you got a young team, that's how you should do it. Keep your team on a small leash, and it pays off. Like I said, we're the second best defense in the league. So shout out to JB for this defense. Now, with Colin Sexton going down in the beginning of the year, I think he went out game 11 against the Knicks. That's exactly when he went out. I expected our defense to go down. Our offense to go down a lot. And there's no offense to the other guys. I'm just saying Colin Sexton is one of the best scorers in the league. A lot of people won't give him that credit. But if a motherfucker's averaging 24 points in this league, he has to be one of the best scorers in the league. And it's on good efficiency. It's not on no 40% shooting. He averaged 24 points on 48% shooting. So while losing one of the best scorers in the league, I definitely expected our scoring to go down. But I did know that with him going down, this would be the time for Darius Garland to unlock his high school badge. I don't know if y'all watched Darius Garland in high school, because that's when I first got introduced to him. Same with Colin Sexton. That's why I like both of them. That's why I'm a Cavs fan, because I've been watching these dudes since high school. But both of them boys were some amazing scorers in high school. They weren't point guards in high school. They were the best player on the court every game, bro, and they would just score at an amazing clip. Even in college, Darius Garland was a really good scorer in college. And then what you're seeing in his first 2 years with the Cavs is he didn't really score that much. That wasn't really his focus. His focus was on being a real point guard, which is something that the Cavs needed. So I'm happy that he took that route. But now what you see from Darius Garland is what I've been seeing since college. since high school, man. He is a scorer at first. What the hell? I just got a tweet from an NFL football player. What the fuck? But yeah, Darius Garland has stepped his game up tremendously ever since Colin's been hurt, which is what? We're in game 25 now. Colin got hurt game 11. You do the math. I don't feel like making a dumb speak. But Darius Garland has been averaging 23 points while also still averaging his assists. He's averaging 7 assists while shooting 46 from the field, 36 from the 3. Been scoring at an amazing clip. Been playing at an all-star level. And the thing that stepped up from this year than last year, Darius Garland was shooting 4 threes a game last year. Now he's shooting 7. And that was the main thing that Cavs fans hated about JB Bickerstaff. His offensive coaching wasn't that good. We were the worst three-point shooting team in the league as far as how many threes we got up. I don't know what we were as far as shooting percentages, but as far as getting our threes up, we didn't shoot a lot of threes at all. I probably said we shot 23s last year. This year we're shooting 36 threes a game. A big part of that is Laurie Marketing. Shout out to Laurie Marketing. Like I said, he helps us out on both sides of the ball. We needed shooting. That's why he's starting. But Darius Garland is also shooting 7 threes a game. And he's scoring at an amazing clip. And then Jared Allen. I'm not going to lie. When he got his 5 years, $125 million, I said it was an overpay. Because it's a shot blocking big. You see what the Jazz are doing with their guy. And I love Rudy, but you can kind of see what that motherfucker been getting $200 million for blocking shots and just being a pick and roll player. Like, no. And I kind of thought that was going to be the same thing with this. But, man, Jared Allen, you can kind of see that motherfucker worked on his game a lot this offseason. I'm talking about not just being stronger. Like, he definitely got stronger, but his footwork. I seen us post up Jared Allen 3 times in a row in a game. And he scored on 2 out of 3 of those games. And I think this was this was the game before the last game, which was against the Wizards, and that's when they had Montrezl Harrell, and he was just dominating Montrezl Harrell. But that's something that he really didn't have before his contract. He didn't have no offensive game. He was just a lob threat. Now he's more than a lob threat. He is an all-star so far. He has been our best player throughout the whole season, even though it looks like Darius Garland is our best player now. He's an all-star. Jared Allen has definitely been an all-star by far. I didn't write his stats down, but I could tell you that real quick. Averaging 16 and 11, damn near 17 and 11, shooting 70% from the field? 70% from the field. He's been an all-star. He's definitely been an all-star. Yeah, I think it's sealed because that duo with him and Darius Garland is something you really can't fucking stop. You got to pick your poison. I think I talked about this in the last video. Darius Garland has one of the best floaters in the game. Jared Allen is one of the best screen setters in the game. As soon as Darius Garland gets around that screen, you have to pick your poison. Am I going to go for the block on Darius Garland, or am I going to go and try to guard Jared Allen and try to block that shot when the lob goes up? Because Darius Garland also has this thing where it looks like it's going to be a floater. That's an easy lob. He's really good at doing that too. That duo has been clicking on all cylinders lately. I think in that Wizards game, they started off with 6 assists in the first quarter by Darius Garland. They were going crazy. It's wild. It's wild. Their connection in one season is wild. So, I really like what I'm seeing from this Cavs team so far. Like I said, we're shooting 36 threes a game. I think the one piece that we really wish we needed, Isaac Okoro, do something on offense. But our offense looks amazing. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you go through this whole video without talking about Evan Mobley? I'm not done. Shut up. Evan Mobley so far has been the Rookie of the Year. I don't even think it's close. I'm not going to lie. It's nowhere near close. The shit that man been doing is wild. I was one that said we should have drafted Scotty Barnes because everything that Evan Mobley was doing, I didn't think he was going to do this quickly. I'm not going to lie. I knew he probably had the higher ceiling, but I did not think everything he's doing right now he was going to do. I knew what Scotty Barnes is doing right now he's going to do. What Evan Mobley's doing right now is crazy. Like I said, he's already one of the best defenders in the league. Can guard 1-5. It's going to be a time when guards know You can't switch on to none of our bigs, and I'm not talking about Laurie Marketing, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. You can't even switch on the fucking Dean Wade and think it's going to be sweet. We're going to lock you up. All four of them can go 1 through 5. Dean Wade had a game where he held KD to 24 points, and you're like, that's still a lot. It's fucking KD on Dean Wade. You don't even know who that is. They're supposed to give him like 30-something. But no, I wouldn't say he locked him up, but he played some really good defense. We have a team full of bigs that play really good defense. But to talk about Evan Mobley this season so far, averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and he's actually shown me something that I didn't even know he had. He's a really fucking good passer, bro. A really good passer. We have this one play, right, where we have a high screen with Darius Garland. I mean, not even that. I'm tripping. We had this one play. A lot of teams like to run zone on us, and we break that shit down so easily. We dump it off. We put Evan Mobley at the free throw line. Darius gives him the ball. He sits, turn around, easy lob. He sits, turn around, easy pass to the corner. He knows that, and it's like quick to him. He don't really hesitate off or he's going to shoot over you. And the shit that he's doing so far is wild. He just had a big block in the game yesterday, and it's so quiet with him. Like, he finished with 17 and 10 yesterday. I'm like, yo, when the hell did he get that? And I watched the whole game. But I'm like, when did he get that? But he is a really smart young player so far. He doesn't have a lot of strength, but the strength that he has and the footwork that he has, he uses it. Sometimes, most of the time, he gets put on smaller players get put on him, and he just do his thing. He just body him, uses footwork, and most of the time it's a bucket. He's been shooting a lot of fadeaways lately, and they've been going in, and that's scary. Already going in. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he makes one a game. He's shooting 34% from the three. I don't want him shooting a lot of threes so far. I like how JB is coaching his team. I'm coaching him specifically. Don't come and think you're going to shoot a lot of threes. I want you to get most of your work down low, and that's what he's been doing, bro. He has been dominating with us. Without him, I'm sorry, we're not on nothing. I'm not going to lie, Cavs fans. If we didn't have Evan Mobley, we are not on nothing. So, shout out to this whole team, man. I'm about done with this video. Evan Mobley is something else, bro. And this Cavs young core, they got a lot of decisions to make with this young core. I really like the pairing with these two guys that's on my chest right now, Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. But I would understand if they would try to go out there and try to get a two that can shoot and that can play defense, because that will fit. That's all you really need. And this young core is wild. They have a lot of pieces in this young core. Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Laurie Marketing, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. I didn't even mention Shetty Osman's name this whole season. Let me give a quick 30 seconds to my bro. Shetty Osman has shooting it lights out this season. He's a player that when LeBron left, a lot of people expected him to step his game up, and he hasn't really done that so far. But this season, that motherfucker is playing winning basketball, shooting 44% from the three. Ricky Rubio, and let's talk about our vets real quick. Ricky Rubio, Kevin Love, they have been as consistent as they've been probably their whole fucking career, or except for their first few All-Star years with Kevin Love. But in a Cavs jersey, this is the most consistent I've seen Kevin Love, and he's bought into coming off the bench. And he's bought into actually being a leader for a young core. And he's bought into our defense, too. Like I said, that's the thing you're going to hear is bought in. Everybody on this team has bought in. So shout out to Kevin Love. He's been shooting it real good as of late. And he's been playing real good, especially on defense. I don't think his defense has been talked about. He's been playing really good on defense. And then you already know about Ricky Rubio. He started off the season. He's definitely cooled off a lot as far as scoring, but the assists and stuff and controlling the game, slowing us down when we need to be slowed down, that's still there. And I know JB loves that he can kind of rest his star point guard and put in a veteran point guard to slow the game down when it's getting kind of sped up. And that helps us out a lot. So shout out to this whole team, man. Our bench unit is actually really fun too. I can't wait till Dean Wade comes back. But shout out to this whole team, man. Their young core and their future is probably the brightest in the league. I remember before the season started, Bleacher Report made a top 10 brightest futures in the league, and we weren't even on there. It was teams like the Kings over us. The Knicks, what the fuck? What do they have? What do the Knicks have? Did Julius Randle really fool y'all that bad? He's still nice, but they're not on shit. I'm sorry, like we weren't even on that list, which is crazy. But other than that, man, this is it for this video, man. Let me know how I did. I'm not gonna lie, this cold is fucking me. I can't stop stuttering, bro. I can't stop. And one thing I do notice with my videos is I kind of say the same thing twice a lot. So I'm trying to get better at that. But other than that, man, let me know how I did in this video.